mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
Oh! From the studios of Queens, New York, UFC Fight Week Brazil, UFC 217 media call reaction, and a whole lot more with the MMA-Holes. Yes! Hey, what's going on? Friends and family, we are here. 30 already watching. We are the MMA-Holes, and it is Wednesday, and we are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If you are new to this program, well, strap in your cocks, strap in your vaginas, because it's going to be a bumpy ride, all right? This is the swollest show on YouTube. This is the swollest MMA show on YouTube, the MMA-Holes. Inside this phone over here is a cringe chat where we get to read your comments and see what you guys think about the wonderful world of mixed martial arts. Inside this jar over here, every 10 times we play the 10 More Likes song. Tonight's episode of the MMA-Holes, media call. That's right, there was a media conference call for UFC 217, and also the return of Lyoto Machida, the Dragon. That's right, he's back. He's back. UFC Brazil is in business. They're back in Brazil, and the Dragon versus Brunson is headlining that card. A lot of stuff to talk about. So basically, this is what we're going to do over here. We're going to do topics. We're going to discuss UFC Fight Week for this weekend. CES. That's right. CES is this Friday, and I will be with the press. That's right. I'm covering CES this Friday. CES 46. We'll be talking about that. A lot of shit to talk about over here. And I bring up CES because it's one of them organizations. It's a pro fighting organization. They have some Ami fights there too. John Gotti Jr. A lot of shit. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about that. The MMA-Holes on a banner. Holy fuck. This is unbelievable. We're a bunch of goddamn celebrities over here. Let's see who we have in the chat room. Say hello to the chat room. There is a new sheriff in town. And it's us, the MMA-Holes. We're just a bunch of sheriffs. And we're taking over the world of YouTube.
Wonderful, wonderful.
One Fook at a time. Team VIP, Darth Bane, Jessie, Belle, Hill, the moderator, Olympia Lowlife, and H. Ole, 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 ole. Is here. Ole.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Darth Bane, Zachary Keff versus Fuck Rogan. Ian's here. Frank Pavon. DeReal's here. and H. Michael Anzalone, Kaepernick sucks, Craig, Lee, Brian, Roger, Kenshiro, Ryu. My voice is gone. So we've got 10 more likes. That's right, fucks. On this Wednesday, we're going to break all records. We're going to like the shit out of this video. We're going to share this video and make this man dance.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. Gary, what's up?
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
It is Wednesday, and in the world of the MMA-Holes, it's the best day of the week. We celebrate Wednesdays. We celebrate every time we are live over here. So everyone, let's get this party going. Every time we get 10 more likes in that tip jar, we play that song. We make that man dance. We do it over and over and over again until your penis explodes.
Fap.
That doesn't even make any sense. Slemenko versus Till. This is Filthy George.
Wonderful, wonderful.
A lot of stuff to talk about. And with a lot of stuff to talk about, we need to do this. Topics. Topics. That's right, topics. Everybody in the chat, give me a topics right now. After this show, there is a moderator inside over here, and she will be doing the after show. So that's right, you get 2 shows for the price of 1. So go subscribe to our friend Jessie Belle Hill inside the chat over there. There are wristbands over here and a lot of things to talk about. Okay, so Michael Bisping is sued. All right, he was strangling some gym rat, and it happened in July. So the story comes out, he's getting sued, and he almost choked him unconscious. I guess he had enough. They were sharing machines. They were getting all sweaty and hot and bothered. And Michael Bisping's like, no, I had enough. I'm going to fucking choke you to death. And he almost choked the guy unconscious. I have to say, I think Michael Bisping got his money's worth. I don't know how this works. If you're a professional fighter and someone sues you for attacking, say if Michael Bisping attacked me and I sued Michael Bisping and he's a professional fighter, not only is he a professional fighter, he's a goddamn champion of the UFC. I guess you could get into a lot of trouble, right? I guess you could get into a lot of trouble. So Michael Bisping's getting sued for that. Almost a pussy move by the gym rat. I mean, you're a tough gym guy. You're probably talking hella shit and you're getting choked out. Take it like a man. But he's trying to make a couple extra bucks. And he's suing Michael Bisping. On the other side of things, you could say, hey, well, Michael Bisping could be a penis. So maybe Michael Bisping deserves being sued. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Does Michael Bisping deserve being sued? I don't know. We weren't there. But if you look at Michael Bisping's track record, you got to think that maybe, just maybe, he deserved it. Or you could say maybe he's an easy target. Who knows? But he's getting sued. UFC broadcast deal, it's almost over. UFC 218, it's going down. It's done on Fox. No more UFC on Fox unless they renew their contract. And Dana White says he is open to digital platform. All right. Now, Darrell says, Chris, where do you rank Bisping? Oh, man. Out of the pound-for-pound fighters, that's a tough one. I would have to look at the list and study it. I mean, listen, Michael Bisping is easily not the best fighter in the UFC. He's a product of right place, right time, comes in short rest, and fucking clocks Luke Rockhold. But let's be honest, it just was right place, right time for Michael Bisping. And I think he's aware of that too. He knows he's not the best out there. But I don't know. Going all PC, says Craig Lee. Let's see. Stagger cash for a pumped up AIDS head, says Gary. Chris, hell no. I had to choke out people out last week at the gym for stealing my weights too. So Kenshiro Ryu had to choke a couple of people out for stealing his 100-pound weights. Kaepernick says Kaepernick sucks. What the fuck? Let's try that again. Kaepernick sucks, says Fook Bisping. G-Man Mules here says just maybe GSP will put him to sleep. So GSP will get Bisping back for the gym rat. Illuminati needs to be sued, not Bisping, says Law of Attraction. Darth Bane says Chris has the guinea baby face today. That's right. Well, yeah, I shaved a little bit. The guinea baby face. Yeah, I shaved. I trimmed it down. I did a body buzz too. If you could notice, my arm's a little smoother. You could actually see my tattoos a little better. I gotta fucking start working out again. I don't know. Chris only looks 39 with his beard like this. That's true, yeah. I don't look a day over 39. I don't look a year over 39. Human waste product. Hell no, says Ann H. Team VIP says, but he sure has capitalized after winning the title. And he did. I like Michael Bisping. I actually am a Bisping fan. I'm realistic, and I know he's not the greatest fighter of all time, but I like what he's done. You know, I like what Bisping's done. Some people may not like his antics, but hey, you know, he's doing his thing. Let's see. Okay. So Scott Coker, who runs that whole Bellator situation over there, says he's open to a 5-round main event, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So if you are familiar with this, Scott Coker, okay, he's running Bellator. Bellator has these 3-round fights for main events, and I was complaining about it during our Fight Buddies. And I was like, why don't they just do the 5-round main event? Doesn't, you know, it only has to be a title fight at Bellator to be a 5-round event. If it's non-title fight, Bellator says no. They said, no. It's going to be 3 rounds. I want to know in the chat what you guys think about this with the Bellator situation. Me personally, I like what the UFC does. If it's a main event, make it 5 rounds. Belt, no belt, doesn't matter. It's a main event. Make it 5 rounds. I mean, you have to figure these guys getting paid more than everyone else because they're headlining the card, right? So make it a 5-round fight. The problem that Scott Coker says is if we do that in Bellator, we can't really change it back. We can't go from 3 to 5 and then 5 back to 3. It's basically 3 to 5 and it stays 5. I think they should go to 5. You're not ripping off the UFC. I just think it works, the 5-round fight. I mean, if you have title fights that are already 5 rounds, why not have your main event be 5 rounds? Let's see what the chat room thinks about that as we play. 10 more likes. Yes. Craig Lee says 5. Craig Lee says 5. Let him dance.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. 30.
Fuck you, dislikes.
Yes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
What swole dance moves on a Wednesday? Filthy George says nope. Frank 5 all day, says Darth Bane, main event and title fights. Daryl is the Muggsy Bogue of the chat. What the fuck?
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. 5 rounds on all fights, says Michael Lanzalone. So Michael Lanzalone says, fuck the 3 rounds. Make them all 5. Mike Brunault says, I'd like to see 5-round events. They are more enjoyable and fun to watch. Anyway, I truly test and truly test the skills of fighters. So Mike says, make them all fucking 5 rounds. I wouldn't, you know what? If all fights were 5 rounds, we could be in for a long night of fighting, you know? A long night. Think about it. If every fight was 5 rounds and you just have decision after decision after decision, you're talking about cards that could last a full fucking day. You know, it would just be a little crazy. 5 rounds for belts only, says Gary. So Gary goes with the 5 with the belts. Team VIP says 5. 5. Chris, you're a bitch. I swear to God. Oh, that's so mean, MMA fighter. That's so fucking mean, cow. Der cunt. Der cunt. Der shit. Der bum. Der scared. Der punk says, I want Joanna to fuck me with the strap on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. We're on fire today on a Wednesday night. Okay. That's some name there. What did you come up with that? Der cunt? Der can't? Der shit? Der bum? Der scared? Der punk. I'm not even making that up. That's their name. 5-round main events is Ann H. All right, so we got some votes on that. It looks like most people are saying let's do the 5 rounds for a main event, and I concur. Mike Perry. Mike Perry. You guys know who the Platinum GOAT is, Mike Perry? Well, this is the deal, okay? Mike Perry, he's been in the news. He's been doing things, putting people to sleep. Some people say he might be the next big thing, and then Darren Till comes up, and then some people are saying Darren Till's the next big thing. And then some people say they want to see Till versus Perry, and they're calling each other out and all this stuff. Well, we decided to do this, okay? What I've been doing is, like, random nights, I would put together a donation. I would say, hey, listen, if you donate this, you're going to get a free wristband, like a wristband add-on. So the donations down below go to the show, but we like to throw in a wristband on top of it. So now, from this point on, if you live in the U.S., there is a donation down below that every time you donate, you will get a wristband. Check this out. And Mike Perry, it's the Mike Perry donation over here. And there it is. $20 Mike Perry wristband flex donation. That's right. So every time that donation gets played, if you are in the U.S., you have the option to get one of our Swole Sexy wristbands. I'll mail you out a wristband. There are some MMA-Holes that got their wristbands already, and I will be doing free wristbands as well. This weekend, okay, is CES, Friday. I'm going to be in CES in Rhode Island. If you're in the Rhode Island area or anywhere near Rhode Island, you want to go to this event. Not only because it's going to be great fights, it's going to be on TV. You're going to see Mystic Moss there on press row, but you're also going to get a wristband. If you say hello to Mystic Moss, you'll get a free wristband like that. So there are multiple ways to get your hands on one of these wonderful, wonderful wristbands. And we have a brand new donation down below. So a new song for the MMA-Holes. We keep on growing this Swole show. So, I mean, there are ridiculous amounts of different denominations down below if you want to hear one of them songs. Get that out of the way. So CES on Friday. That's right. Rhode Island. Okay. Anyone in this chat, let me know if you're in the Rhode Island area. If you're around Rhode Island. If you're going to be in the area, in the hood, let me know. Hit me up because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on TV. Justin the Fort Sumter is fighting. He's fighting Friday. Our friend of the show. He put the MMA-Holes on the banner. It's on Axis TV if you can't make it. So check it out on Axis TV. I will be streaming before the event, during the event, after the event. I'm going to try to get John Gotti, listen to this, okay? John Gotti's grandson is becoming a pro fighter. This is his first pro event. It's going to be this Friday, all right? So he's been dodging me. He follows me on Instagram. I follow him back. I've been messaging him. And Mr. Gotti, I see you're looking. I see you've seen my messages. So if you can't respond to me in the DMs, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to find you at the event. And I'm going to get you on the show. So that's that. So hopefully I get to see some of you guys, you Fooks, at CES 46 this Friday in Rhode Island. Okay, so Darren Till, we were just speaking about Darren Till. Darren Till calls out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson on Twitter. And right off the bat, holy fuck, Frank Pavon is donating the Mike Perry.
Mike Perry. Platinum GOAT.
Here we go, dance.
Wristband. 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 Wristband.
Wristbands.
Wristband.
Wristbands. That's right.
Wristband. Don't mess with Mike Perry. Don't mess with Mike Perry. Don't mess with Mike Perry.
Mike Perry Platinum Goat.
Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry.
Mike Perry Platinum Goat.
Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry.
Don't mess with Mike Perry.
Wristband. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Wristband. That's what Mike Perry. Mike Perry Platinum Goat.
Look at that. Frank Pavon wasting no time. Now, Frank, I know you don't live in the U.S., but if you want to donate your wristband to one of the wonderful, wonderful people inside the chat, let me know, and I'll send them a wristband. But there you go. It's that simple, guys. It's that fucking simple. That screaming, by the way, is Mike Perry. That scream is Mike Perry. That's Mike Perry. I just fucking blew my load. How many people in the chat just blew their load? There you go. Thank you, Frank Pavon, for being the first person. Every time we debut a donation, Frank Pavon gets in there and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to play it. And there it is. So now every time you drop that donation, that ridiculous song will play. All right. What the fuck is going on? Oh, God. How did you know I was going to be blamed for being MMA fighter, says Meaty Clacker? All right. Give it to Ann H. All right. Ann H. Ann H is going to be covered in wristbands by the time we're done with this Swole Sexy show. So Ann H gets a wristband. Again, Ann, you know what to do. I got your address, so send me your color, and I'll send you another wristband. There you go. That's simple. Thanks, Frank. Frank Pavon is definitely... he's definitely the clutch, Mr. Clutch, for sure. All right. Anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about here. So Darren Till calls out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And that would be a very interesting fight. Now, before we go on with the show, there's a lot of stuff to cram in this 2-hour span of MMA ridiculousness. Let me know what you think right now. Now, Wonderboy is fighting Masvidal, UFC 217. Okay? Masvidal, UFC 217. Now, me personally, I feel that Wonderboy is going to win that fight. I really do believe that Wonderboy is going to win that fight. But after that, say something happens. The stars line up and Wonderboy fights Darren Till. Darren Till just fought recently. He beat up Cowboy Cerrone. And that would be an interesting matchup. Darren Till, by the way, on Ariel Helwani said that he is literally a light heavyweight fighting at 170. The guy's walking around about 205. I don't know how the fuck he cuts down to 205, but he says he walks around about 205. Let me know in the chat real quick if the fight was going to happen between Wonderboy and Darren Till, who the fuck would win that fight? I don't know. I really don't. I would like to say Darren Till because he's a lot bigger, but Wonderboy, I mean, his striking is legit. Who would win that fight? Let me know in the chat right now. Wonderboy or Darren Till if that fight were to go down. Now, the MMA-Holes are the smartest people on YouTube, so they'll tell you exactly who would win that fight. I got George. So Michael Anzalone is saying that Masvidal is just going to be Wonderboy. Yeah, I'm a child. Dead on the money, says Darth Bane. Steven Sedillo says, okay, I'm back. I'm giving my granny contact high. Jesus Christ. Till weighs 200 when he walked in the ring. He will mangle Wonderboy, says Frank Pavon. So Frank Pavon goes with Darren Till. Someone mad Santa left on their jungle. Okay, Spark Time. Jay Smooth is here, brother Jay. Okay, brother Shannon. Darren Till for the win, says Jesse Bell Hill. All right. I think he's going to fight an N-word. Bootney says Wonderboy for the win. Now, Bootney, I'm kind of with you on this one. I can't see how Wonderboy could lose. Now, Wonderboy is a lot smaller, but he's a counter striker. I mean, the guy is probably one of the best strikers in the league. I mean, in the UFC. But let's see what else everyone says. Conor versus Till. This is Frank Pavon. Till says Doug McGuire. Wonderful, wonderful, says Michael Anzalone.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderboy, the Karate Kid, says Law of Attraction. It would be a good fight, but I don't think he's ready for Wonderboy quite yet, says G-Man. You got to think, right? The experience. You got to think Wonderboy, right? But I mean, Till is so fucking big. Till says Kings.
Your mother's ring.
I got Till says Darth Bane. Agreed, G-Man says Tanner. What good, Jay, says Kaepernick sucks. Smooth, what good. All right, Till beats Conor. Not legit at all, says Filthy George. Darth's mom has a huge bitch. Okay, Cowboy wins. Cowboy, what the fuck is doing? The fuck you doing? Till kills all, says Jay Smooth. Scouser. Till to destroy all comers, says Gary Banjo Sandwich. So there you go. Rest in peace, Woodley, says Jay Smooth. Rest in peace, contenders. Now, Darren Till, there's been a lot of people saying that Darren Till could be the next coming of Conor McGregor, if not better than Conor McGregor. I am a believer in Darren Till. After that Cowboy fight, I am definitely a believer in Darren Till, especially with that size, and he can make the weight of 170. His speed, his accuracy. Very similar to a certain Conor McGregor. The only thing that I'm not completely sold on is when Till came into the UFC, convincing, crazy finish, great win. And then he had like 2 decisions or something like that, and a no contest. When Conor came into the league, he was just mowing guys over. So I still think Till has a little more to do. You know, I think he's 16-0 now? He's 16-0-1. So, I mean, the guy has 16. I mean, he's unblemished. But he's not running through guys quite yet. He ran through Cowboy. Let's see. I need to see a little bit more from Till. Now, I'm not saying that Till is not the real deal. He could very well be the real deal. It's just, I'm not sold. For some reason, when Conor came in, he was just running people over. I was like, holy fuck. It was like watching a unicorn in the cage. Till, after watching Cerrone, I was like, okay, this kid's good. You know, he's good, but he's still young. You know, he's 24 years old. He's got a lot of room to grow. And let's see if he could keep fighting at 170. I mean, who the fuck's going to beat him with that size, right? You got to look at a guy that can suck him to the ground. We got to see Till off his back, and then we'll see what can happen. But as a striker, Till is fucking really, really good. I have a Machida action figure. Says BK Rhoda. There you go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Okay, so it's UFC, it's Brazil Fight Week, okay? Speaking of that Machida action figure, right over here. Should we care? All right? So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to go through this card. I will be back from CES, and I will be doing a Fight Buddies for UFC Brazil, all right? It's like a care, don't care thing here. Some people are really excited about this. Others aren't. I'm kind of floating in the middle. I'm always excited. What's up, Mystic Moss? What's going on? BK Rhoda. Hope you're wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know how I feel about this card yet. Now, I am a Machida fan. I like Machida. I actually enjoy his style of fighting. He gets nabbed for the USADA and, takes a fucking year off. Now he's back and gets Derek Brunson, the number 7 fighter. What Machida will we see in this fight? It's a weird main event, you know? It's a weird main event, and it's a weird card. I don't know how I feel about it, but the good part is it's free. It's a free card. I want to know in the chat how many people are watching this card, yes or no. Let me know in the chat right now as I look through it. Now, pretty much majority of these people we know. You know, you go over here, you got this Brazilian Ultimate Fighter winner in Antonio Carlos Jr. Luke Gay versus Price, which is very good fight. Could be fight of the night right over here. You might be looking at it right over here. And you got a great fight over here with Lineker. Lineker's a fucking badass. The guy's a lunatic. He's an absolute lunatic versus Vera. So if you just look at the fights individually, like if you just look at the card, you're like, it's all right, you know. But if you look at the fights individually, we might have some fucking serious bangers. Santos versus Hermanson. Jim Miller's back. Always puts on a fun fight. And he's got Trinaldo. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Munoz versus Font. Well, 14-2-0, 14-2-0. Okay. I'm not too familiar with the two of these guys, to be honest. Munoz is number 12, so there you go. I don't know why I'm fucking Pedro Munoz. Why am I drawing I'm having a brain fart right now. Let's see what we got over here. Why am I not fucking... He's on a 3-fight win streak. Stasiak, Justin Scoggins. Okay. Russell Doan. All right, whatever. I'm not going to fucking get so super excited about this fight, but why not? Why not? I'll watch it. And then you got this one. This is a weird one here. King's Your Mother's Ring says Fap.
Fap.
Tanner says ha. BK Rhoda says, yeah, I'm going to watch it. All right, let's see. So Damian Maia, the number 3 fighter, the Brazilian backpack, is fighting Colby Covington. And interesting, Colby Covington gets the fight. Gets one of the fights that he needs. He talked a lot of smack after his last fight and just got like really weird and autistic. And I don't know. He was real cringy. If you guys remember Colby Covington's last fight, impressive win. I mean, the guy he's doing all right. He's on a little bit of a win streak, if I'm not mistaken. And H says, Chris, yes, I'll be watching this fight card. Looks like some good fights for free. For a free card. So So NH is watching. 100% yes is G-Man. So G-Man's watching too. Kobe will smash Maia, says Kenshiro Ryu. And speaking of Kobe, 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in a row. 4-fight win streak for Colby Covington. All right? His last fight, decision. Before that, decision. Round 3, KO, TKO, and then a submission. So you got 2 finishes over here and then 2 decisions over here. But I remember very clearly when he fought Dong Hyun Kim. It was UFC Fight Night. Which card was this? But I remember he got on the mic. Oh, Home Korea. Okay. So I remember he got on the mic for this card over here. And he just got like, real weird. Real fucking weird on this one. Where is he on this card? The fuck? Where the fuck is he? Why am I missing him? Was this the card? The fuck? The fuck's going on? Colby Covington versus Dong Hyun Kim. And this is the fight night over here. Right? I click on it. And here's Kim. Oh, there it is. I'm like fucking retarded today. Here's the fight. So here we go. It was on the main card. This is the fight. And he just talked hella shit after this fight. Hella shit. He got on the mic. Just talking crazy shit. And now he's got Damian Maia. So there you go. Hey, it's interesting because you got this sick fucking Covington who's on a nice long win streak. You got Damian Maia he's still vicious, man. Drags you to the floor. How could you get away from Damian Maia? So it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight. And then you got this as the main event. And, you know, the only thing you have there is the return of Machida. And it's in Brazil. So you got to think the crowd is all pumped up. They have a hashtag like Go Lyoto. That's their hashtag. But I guess, okay. I guess it's okay, this card over here. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to do a fight, buddies. I just don't know. How I feel about this card. On a ranking of 1 to 10, what do you guys rate this card before it even happens? Like excitement-wise. I'm like at a 5, maybe a 4. But what do you guys rank this on an excitement level? UFC Fight Night Brazil, which is this Saturday. Let me know right now in the chat. I don't know how I feel about it. There's some things that I want to see, but it's not like I'm not like jumping through fiery hoops. Colby better not choke after all that shit talk, says Jay Smooth. And you're right. He was talking he came off so annoying after that fight. I like a good shit talking, but Colby Covington, like it was his corner guys are like drag him out. I think he's out of Florida. So I think Brown was in his corner or some shit like that. He was dragging him out of the cage like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Tanner's giving it a 4 out of 10. Bootney Farnsworth is getting it a 4 out of 10 as well. It's a fair rating, I think. Bootney, by the way, I followed your buddy on Twitter. So tell that man to follow me back so I could send him a message and we'll get him on the show. Sounds interesting. Lanky guy. I think he said he's at 135. So yeah, I would like to have him on. See what else we got. NH says I'll give it a 4. DeReal gives it a 1. 6. The Return of the Dragons, says BK Rhoda. 420 says Rick Gonzalez. And a lot of it. Kings.
Your mother's ring.
Gives it a 1. 10 out of 100, says Darth Bane. So there you go. I give it a 6 or 7 because Machida is on it, says Kaepernick Sucks. So some people are actually interested just to see the Dragon back. Hey, Machida's fun, man. Machida's fun. He put a scare into John Jones. I don't know if you guys remember that. He put a little scare into John Jones. I mean, but then he gets busted for fucking steroids and shit like that. It dampens the parade. It dampens the party. Doesn't make it as fun anymore. But he's back. He's back. And he's fighting Derek Brunson. So Derek Brunson has fireworks in his hands. So, all right, I'm going to be watching. I give it a 5. Majority of people around 4 or 5. And then there's a couple of ones in there as a 6, a 7. But no one is super pumped. I think we could all agree no one's like super excited about this fight. Okay, we'll do 135, says Bootney Farnsworth, and 6'2". Could you believe this? 135 pounds, 6'2". Let me see if I could just pull this guy up for you guys. It's crazy. Could you believe that? 6'2". Bootney, what does he walk around at? Now, Bootney Farnsworth in the chat, he fought a Brazilian goat back in the day. So give respect to the Bootney in the chat. Let's see, Twitter. I'm going to look this kid up. Let's see. Going on to Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, right over here, bang, at the MMA-Holes. So I want you to do at the MMA-Holes. Remember to follow my friend, Mystic Moss. And that would happen to be me. because I'm wonderful, wonderful. Let's see. What am I doing here? Let's see. Mystic Moss. That's me. Here I am. Following. Ooh, I don't follow much. So if he doesn't follow me back, I bounce. I'm off. Where is this guy? Here we go. Britton. Terry Britton is his name. 6'2", $135. Fucking A. He walks around at 160, I think, says Bootney. So this guy walks around at 160 pounds, cuts to 135, and he's 6'2". There is another gentleman that's like this, who's fighting soon. What the fuck's his name? He looks like Screech. I don't know. He's fighting soon. But it's the same type of thing. 135 pounds at 6'2". Man, oh man. So we'll see. I'm not sure what his record is over here. Let's look him up a little bit. His name is Terry Britton. Maybe the next big thing. You never know. You never fucking know. I like to have some of these youngsters on here, you know. MMA Fighters is Chris. Open the lines this week as hell right now. MMA Fighter, you can.
Lick my balls.
How about that? 35 years old. Well, he's not young. But he's got a nice little win streak over here. 4 wins in a row. TKO punches. Submission. TKO punches. A little alarming, though. He is 4-0. Wait, this is saying he's 6'4". Is this the same fucking guy? This is saying he's fucking 6'4". There's no way. The fuck? Jay Smooth says 6'2", 135. Is this the kid? Terry Britton? TJ Britton? The fuck? This is saying 4-0 and he's 6'4". And he fights at 140. I fucking don't know. I don't know. We'll figure this out later. I'm going to fucking blow my brains out. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Anyway, all right. Let's move on before I blow my brains out. We got 50 watching the MMA-Holes. Welcome new friends and family. If you are new to this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Like what's going on over here. And let's get to business. All right? Let's get to business because we spoke about the return of the dragon. Okay? There are some people excited. There are some people not excited. I don't fucking know how I feel about this, but I like Lyoto. So I'll be watching and I'll be doing a Fight Buddies for it. I am not going to be going crazy over that fight, but it is what it is. Let's move on. UFC 217 is around the corner, okay? It's at MSG, and I will be there. Actually, I'm going to be there with 3 other friends of the MMA-Holes, and we may have extra tickets, too. So you might want to stay tuned for that. But UFC 217 can't sell out. They're having a problem selling UFC 217 out. And if you think about that card, you have Michael Bisping versus George St. Pierre. You have Cody Garbrandt versus TJ Dillashaw. And you have Rose Namajunas versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. 3 title fights. And they can't sell it out. MSG. And the reason why they can't sell it out is because the tickets are too fucking expensive. It's ridiculous. This happens in New York. This happens in Vegas. It happens all the time. Lower the fucking prices of these tickets. And then you won't have to give tickets away at the last second. Dana White just doesn't give a fuck. The UFC doesn't give a fuck. They just throw out these super expensive tickets and they don't sell out. It's insane. Think about the card of UFC 217. It's absolutely out of control, the card of UFC 217. Look at this shit. And it's not sold out. How is this not sold out? There was a time where GSP, if he was on a card, it was guaranteed to be sold out. Take a look at this fucking thing, kids. Now, Patrick Cummings got taken off the card. Maybe that's why. Maybe people are so upset that Patrick Cummings is not on the card. Maybe that's why. Another staph infection. But look at this card. All right, here is the early prelims, okay? Ramos versus Zahabi, okay, it's early prelims, who gives a fuck? But Corey Anderson, with his weird nipples, who's a good fighter, versus Ovince St. Preux. When the fuck did this happen? Wait, what? Hold on a second. When the fuck did this happen? Do I live under a goddamn rock? If this is... Wait. This is insane. This is fucking insane. This can't be true. I just saw this now. What the fuck? When did this happen? Corey Anderson versus St. Preux, 6'7", on the early prelims. You got Forrest Whitaker's son, Curtis Blades, 9'12", versus Olenek. The fuck? You got Randy Brown versus Mickey Gall. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You fucking blow my mind. You got Cute Lava, who is the fucking Hulk, who is an absolute goddamn beast, who's been running people over. You got Walt Harris, the GOAT, who just got fucking killed recently, versus Godbeer. I mean, let's just forget about this fight over here. Vic versus Duffy, which is a really good fight. And then this main card is just retarded. Hendricks versus Barachina. You got Thompson, Masvidal, and you got the big three up top. You got the big three up top. You can't sell it out. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Just lower the fucking prices, UFC. Enough of this shit. Like, it's insulting. Well, I will be there. And there will be an meetup the day before on November 3rd. I'll be there the 3rd and the 4th. We're actually sleeping over. We have a room. So if you guys want, we could spoon. We could do that. That'd be nice. But I will be there. And there will be wristbands being given out. So there you go. Jessie, you sexy girl, says Gabby. Daryl says, laugh my fucking ass off. I'm a MMA fighter. Fool, Kenny Florence. Spin top nipples, says Stephen Cedillo.
Wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
pretty cute. Now, Joe Rogan's spoken about these nipples over here. Corey Anderson. I've been like, this guy's got the weirdest fucking nipples ever. And a lot of people, I forgot the name of it. No, you can't see it. But those puffy, weird man nipples are like a sign of steroids. They said, Joe Rogan said that when you see this, there's a name for this type of nipple. And it's all attributed to steroids. So, and apparently GSP has them nipples now too. I don't know if it shows in the picture. This picture doesn't show it, but apparently now he's got those nipples as well, which is weird. But regardless, it is what it is. The card is a fucking good card. Now, there is a media call, okay, that happened today. The media call just had Cody and TJ, and it had Joanna and Rose. No Michael Bisping and no GSP because they've been trotting these guys around. I'm thinking this. I think they're going to have another media call the week of UFC 217, which they always do. They always have a big media call the week beforehand, but they threw one out there now. The UFC is trying to do anything right now to get the word out, to fucking sell tickets to UFC 217. And look at this fucking card. Top to bottom, it's stacked. Oh, here's the name of it, by the way. Abba says, gynecomastia. I hope I didn't butcher that, but gynecomastia, some shit like that, or bitch tits. There you go. Thank you, Abba Zabba, for chiming in on that, on bitch tips. So there you go. Let me know in the chat. Okay, we're about to do something here on the MMA Holes Live. Now, one of the reasons why you should be subscribed to the show is this: we bring shit to you. A lot of people didn't get a chance to listen to the media call. So what we do here on the MMA Holes is we make dreams come true. We're going to play the fucking media call, right? We're going to play it. So let me know in the chat if you heard the media call yet. That happened today. It had 2 of the title fights, not the main title fight. 2 of the title fights because they're dying. They're dying to have people buy tickets to this fight, which I'll be at. But let me know in the chat, yes or no. Did you hear the media call today? I didn't hear it. I'm going to play it right now. That's right. I'm going to tickle your penises and vaginas. That's right. That's right. Rose looks like a dude, says Jay Smooth. A Goto call, Tana. I think he's saying good. UFC 217, what a Fook and Stack card, says Ann H. Jessie is definitely on steroids. Her traps are too jacked, says Darth Bane.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She will win. Everyone seen. Everyone, George, even Chris. Look at them shoulders, says Steven Sedillo. Everyone, George, even Chris, look at them shoulders. That's just true. 55 watching. Holy cow. 56 watching. Brian Roger. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We doing shit over here. We got 40 likes in that tip jar, so let's do it. We're going to play the media call right after this song. Everybody, let's party on a Wednesday night.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes.
fuck you dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
That is Brady Ferguson. And he dances for likes. And he is wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for the likes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You're wonderful. King's Your Mother's Ring. Did not hear it. Yep, Joanna was being a bully, says 7. Interesting. Joanna is my woman, says Randy Savage. I kind of like Joanna, so I'm in. JJ is looking past her too much, in my opinion, says Abba. I'm going to Fresno Fight Night in December 9th. There you go. Gabby is going to Fresno. That's awesome. Joanna straight up roasted Rose. All right, let's fucking listen to this. You guys ready? Hit me with the ones. Are you ready to listen to the UFC 217 media conference call? Let me know at the ones right fucking now.
Fap.
As we get ready to
First
play.
question will come from
Whoa, fuck me. Jesus Christ.
to begin. Good day, everyone, and welcome to this UFC's conference call. Today's call is being recorded at this time. For opening remarks and introductions, I would like to turn the call over to Mr. Dave Lockett. Please.
Are you pumped up for the UFC 217 media conference call with Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Rose Namajunas?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you, and welcome everyone to today's UFC 217 conference call. Today we're being joined by the 4 athletes competing in the 2 co-main event title fights next Saturday night, November 4th at Madison Square Garden. Joining us on the call today are UFC bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt, UFC strawweight champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and
hello everyone. Yeah. Like, hello everyone. I'm here.
Contender TJ Dillashaw. But we're going to get started without TJ. So
no TJ.
I will now turn things over to the call
I hope TJ jumps in.
center to open up for questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question today, you may do so by pressing *1 on your telephone keypad. If you are using your speakerphone...
All right, so if you have any questions, remember, chat room, *1 on your keypad, and you could chime in with your question.
Please release your mute function to allow your signal to reach our equipment. Again, that is *1.
It sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
First question will come from Kendrick Johnson with RingTV.com.
All right, you ready? You pumped up? Spark it up, Jay Smooth. Let's listen to the. If you're jumping in, fuck me in the fucking goat ass. Media conference call, UFC 217. Let's do it.
My first question is for Joanna. Thanks for your
This guy is the best. He always jumps in on the conference calls. He's like, and they're like, what?
time. With the win over
This *1. First question will come from Kendrick Johnson with RingTV.com.
my first question is for Joanna. Thanks for your time. With the win over Rose, do you,
Joanna keeps talking over him. It's great.
with the win over Rose, do you think you have cleared out the division since you've beaten everybody that stood in front of you?
Right now I'm focused only on my fight with Rose Namajunas. Definitely she's my next challenge, and I had an amazing time, and I wanna put on such a great
And I want to suck Mystic Moss's cock. It's pretty nice and small, but I want to smoke it in it.
Fight and show at the Madison Square Garden, but I don't know, I take every fight very serious, and I take every opponent very serious with so much respect, and I work really hard before every fight. But after the fight, I might say that I want to clean this division, and this is what I'm going to do on November 4th.
She wants to clean the division, and this is what she's going to do on November 4th. I'm going to have to agree with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I feel that she's going to run over Rose.
And fighting at Madison Square Garden, is that kind of becoming like your home away from home in America? You seem very comfortable fighting there last year when you fought Carolina there. Is that safe to say that you did that?
Yeah, I feel like it is. It's an amazing place. It's like a mecca of martial arts. So I'm very happy that UFC is back again to the Garden and then to the city, to the New York City. Very big Polish community in New York State, in New York City. So I'm very happy to put on such a great fight for my Polish fans, but also for my friends from all over the world, who will come to the Garden.
I like Joanna.
Gotcha. And next question for Rose.
I like Joanna a lot. I really do. I think she's awesome. I hope she smashes all the records. I think she's great. I don't know how many fights she's got left in her because she's, listen, she's gonna get all wifed up and shit. But I like Joanna a lot. If you're just tuning in right now, it's the media call, the conference call, UFC 217. They dropped one on us because they can't sell tickets. They can't sell out.
What did you bring into the table to become the first person to solve the JJ puzzle?
All right, so this is interesting. What is she going to bring to the table to solve the JJ puzzle? Rose is a woman of minimal words. Rose Namajunas. So we're going to find out what she says here, and I'm sure it's not going to be a lot. And this is my first reaction to this, too, so let's listen.
Just being myself, that's it's pretty difficult to deal with when I'm totally in tune with myself and I'm flowing. It don't matter who I'm fighting. that's just a problem for anybody.
How much being already fighting for the belt once in your career, how much did you gain from the experience since it came so early in your career to now? Or just like you were a different person, so it doesn't matter?
Yeah, no, I carry all of my experiences with me, whether they be a win or a loss. But yeah, losing the first title fight definitely has brought my team together closer than ever, and has made everybody kind of just build me up from the ground up. You know, I was definitely riding on a lot of talent.
This is gonna sell tickets.
And a lot of
maybe I'm gonna beat
Shut the fuck up.
Just improvisational skills, but
shut up.
Since then, we've
shut the fuck.
Built a good base of boxing movement, and then added in my kicks there, and my jiu-jitsu has totally changed from being a bottom fighter to a top fighter. But now I'm totally complete everywhere, so I'm the total package.
She's the total package. Rose Namajunas is the total package. I just don't believe in her right now. I don't believe in her, but who knows? I mean, hey, she's an exciting fighter. I don't know if she's JJ ready, but she's confident, so I'll give it to her.
I'm very happy. This is what I'm expecting, Rose. I'm expecting really good fight and real war, but I want to just tell you that you never faced someone like me, and I'm the dead champion for a reason, and I will prove that on November 4th, baby. I'm making history one more time at the
I love this bitch.
Garden.
I'm making history, baby.
And my final question is for Cody. Cody, will you have to fight different coming off of such a major back surgery earlier this year, or we'll see the same aggressive sprawl and brawl style that you brought to the ring, and except you got that belt around your waist?
My style is never going to change. No matter how many injuries I go through or sustain throughout my career, I really feel like this downtime that I've had to, rebuild my body. I just wasn't. I'm not just coming off the couch. Literally, I've been training my ass off ever since I've done.
Could you imagine? I don't know, I'm falling asleep as Cody's talking. But could you imagine Darren Till, Mike Perry on a media call? Could you imagine that shit? Now that is just giving me a chubby just thinking about it. Oh God, this is crazy. Every time I listen to these media calls, it gets worse and worse.
Multiple procedures all over the world. They sent UFC me sent here and there, and this magical special shot. And doing all this rehab, I finally allowed my body to heal. I addressed some issues that, have been correct for the past, couple years. I feel like I'm firing all cylinders. I'm healthy. I had no hiccups this camp. I'm faster. I'm stronger. My cardio's off the charts. So it's going to be the same me going in there against TJ on November 4th.
And final question for me: Will a victor of TJ kind of officially stamp the beginning of the Goblet era in this division, as you basically would have been and taken out the two most dominant champions of the division up until this point?
With a knockout over TJ, I wiped out the division. There's a big gap between myself, and then it goes Dominic, and then TJ, and then it falls off from there. So like I said, TJ is my next adversary, my next challenge. I know what he brings to the table. I'm focused and prepared on that to wipe him out and then go on from there. I always like to have a fight ahead of myself, plan ahead, and obviously focusing on TJ. But Mighty Mouse is next at 125 pounds.
Oh,
Mighty Mouse is next at 125 pounds. Fucking A. Like, what the fuck? He keeps bringing this shit up. You think he can get down to 125? Let me know in the chat. But fuck, man.
So you plan on being a two-division champion, and can you make 125?
I can make 125 on November 4th if I wanted to.
And TJ Dillashaw?
He says he can make 125 by November 4th if he wanted to. Like, total manlet. How the fuck? Really?
Has joined the call.
Oh, TJ, question for you. What are you going to bring to the table to deter Cody, who's been on the ramp and knocking everybody out? What do you have to do differently that Dom didn't do? And for the historical significance, do you think this is to see who's the official man at 135?
Absolutely, man. He did a great job. He fought Dom very smart. I'm just going to go out there and do what I do. You're going to have to wait and see the game plan. I'm not going to get out here and spill it all out now. But, yeah, man, it's going to be a great night, and I can't wait to get it done.
And he said that if he's victorious of you, he wants to fight Mighty Mouse. Do you want to still fight Mighty Mouse and be a 2-division champ if you were be victorious on them for it?
It's one step at a time. I'm fighting Cody Garbrandt right now. That's always an option. That's always something. Mighty Mouse is the pound king right now, so that's who everyone's gonna want to shoot for. He's the one with the target on his back, and yeah, man, I'm trying to be the best in the world. So that's always an option.
Good luck to all y'all. See y'all in NYC next week.
Alrighty.
And next question comes from Damon Martin with MMAweekly.com.
Hey guys, first question for Cody. Cody, when you and TJ were going to fight back in July, this was going to be the headline fight. I know they tried to put it together for October as a headline fight. Do you mind being co-main event to Bisping GSP? Because it kind of feels like you guys had that main event feel to this fight.
Yeah, this isn't a gimme fight. The GSP Bisping fight's a gimme fight. They're just trying to sell tickets. Our fight sells on all avenues, all angles, everywhere. Everyone wants to see this fight. It's a grudge match. It's
The fight doesn't sell. The fight doesn't sell. That's the reason why we're having this media call. You're the co-main event, TJ versus Cody Garbrandt. It's a great fight, but it's not selling. It's not. I mean, it is what it is. I guess, to have 3 title fights, to have it at MSG, you have to have the prices through the roof. But you have to be realistic at the same time. And it's not selling out, and that's why we're having this media call.
2 fighters going to go out there. It's a former interim champion fighting a former, champion. So that in itself is the main event. No disrespect to Rose and Joanna. I think they're great fighters, but we're the real main event on November 4th.
That's actually pretty funny. No expensive. They're the real main event. No disrespect to Rose and Joanna. Well, that sounds disrespectful to me.
Do you feel like this fight has gotten the attention it deserves, Cody? Because there was so much build-up with The Ultimate Fighter. We know the history between you and TJ. I mean, do you feel like you guys are getting the attention you deserve going into the event?
You know what? It's good. Bisping and GSP, they can travel around the camp and do all the press and media. I can sit back and just train and focus on TJ November 4th. Like I said, I don't think it needs to be any overhyped than it's going to be. It's a fight that doesn't need hype, doesn't need media press behind it or any of that. I think the fight sells itself.
When you were going into the fight with Dominic, he was talking a lot of trash, trying to get in your head, and he kept saying that you were over emotional and you were getting too wound up leading into the fight. And then obviously we saw what happened at UFC 207 is a much different performance. Do you think that fight kind of proves that even if you do have an emotional attachment to a fight, you can still go in there and fight your fight? Because everyone knows the bad blood between you and TJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fought my whole entire life, in different circumstances, no matter where it was at. I always had to stay level-headed and calm in there. If you fight another person that's trying to take you out, no matter what's said, in the build-up or in between, I got to stay focused. And that's something that I do in there. When I step inside that octagon, that's my home. That's where I feel the most comfortable at in my entire life. I feel like that's when the world slows down. And I can see all my shots, see what my opponent's doing, and I'm at home there. So I can't wait to get back in there and do my thing. It's been 11 months since I've graced the octagon with a master class performance. And I'm ready to do it again on November 4th.
When the fight with Dominic was over, you were very classy. Obviously you paid respect to him, and you even said right away you'd give him an immediate rematch. I know there's a different personal feeling with you and TJ. Do you feel like after this fight's over, you'll be able to shake his hand and kind of move on from this rivalry?
It's a good question. I mean, they've been talking a lot of shit with each other. Do you think they'll be able to shake hands when it's all said and done? I would say yes. I think it's a lot of show. I don't think they hate each other as much as, the Ultimate Fighter and all that bullshit. Let's see what he says.
Of course, I respect any of my adversaries after the battle. You know what I mean? Before, lead up, whatever. We can hate each other, dislike each other. You can call names, whatever. Do whatever it is, you know what I mean? But if you go on there and, I'll show respect to you in there, and I'll, respect you after the fight. I think that I grew in the fight with Dominic, and I'll grow in the fight with TJ. Whatever TJ is willing to bring to the table, I'm willing to, go over and set it above, and I'll show my respect after the fight.
And for TJ, so much was made when you left Team Alpha Male about you're moving to Colorado to work with Dwayne and work with Muscle Farm. But I know in the lead up to this fight, you've kind of relocated to Southern California. You're working with a new team there. I mean, how did that come about, and what happened with the Colorado situation that you ended up leaving there?
Aren't you guys sick of hearing this story about TJ leaving alpha male and blah, 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 blah. I just can't wait till this fight gets over with, man. I'm looking forward to this fight, but that whole storyline is so fucking gay.
Muscle Farm decided to move their facility from Colorado to Burbank, which kind of disbanded the team a little bit. And so I have decided to create my own thing, something to create and call your own, as well as, Dwayne's been traveling. I'm actually taking him to the...
Do you guys think that Joanna and Rose are just, like scissoring while Cody and TJ are talking right now? Let me know in the chat what you think.
The airport right now, traveling out to Southern California. So it's been the same work and adding to it, creating our own family, creating our own team,
Yeah. Has there been, considering the rivalry that grew out of that situation, and obviously as you lead into this title fight, I mean, do you have any regrets about any of the things that kind of played out the way they did, or do you feel like, it all kind of led you to this point?
It all led up to this big fight. Like Cody said, me and him are the real main event of this card. 7% of the fans want to see our fight more than any other ones on this card. So
did they bury TJ Dillashaw like 6 feet under and he's calling from a coffin? Like, where the fuck is he calling from? He's like... It all
led up to this for a reason. It's building our names. It's building what's going on. It's definitely not how I foreseen it going down, but it all worked out for the reason that it did, and it's just going to make the most of it.
You kind of answered, but I'll
let me answer that for you, Damon. Sorry to overtalk you, Damon. Let me answer that for you. Yes, he regrets it every day of his life, but his ego won't let him admit that. Let's be honest, DJ.
I disagree.
Okay. And TJ, last question. You kind of mentioned it already, and Cody mentioned it. Maybe one thing you guys will agree on is you feel like this is the real main event. I know it's no disrespect to Bisping and GSP, but do you kind of agree that this is the fight that everyone's really going to be watching on November 4th?
I really want to know, like, looking at this card, like, what is the fight? Bisping versus St. Pierre is kind of a circus joke, right? So maybe indeed this is the fight. I mean, Thompson Masvidal's lit. Joanna's awesome. But I mean, I don't think Joanna's finished anyone anytime soon. She's just on this huge winning streak. Still could be a very good fight. But maybe this is the fight. Maybe this is the fight that we should all be looking at. Garbrandt and Dillashaw. Maybe this is indeed the main event.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks.
What an answer. Absolutely. Oh, okay, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
All right. Thank you, Damon.
And as a reminder, everyone, that is *1 to ask a question. From MMAindia.com, we'll go to Akhilesh Janavarapu.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Firstly, Cody.
Oh, this guy's the best. This guy's the fucking best. This is like the guy that you call up Verizon, you can't get your fucking cable to work. And he's like, I thought that I would do you buy it, do the right. Like, what the fuck did you just say? This is that guy. He is great. He asks great questions. You just can't understand a goddamn word he's saying. Every media call, this man gets on the line and this is gonna be AIDS.
We know the history between TJ and Team Alpha Male. Now, how much of an input did Uriah Faber have during your training camp while preparing for Dillashaw?
Could you say that again, please?
Yes! I love that shit. Oh, I fucking can't get enough of this guy. This guy is easily my favorite. Oh, he's my favorite from the press.
Firstly, Cody, we know the history between TJ and Team Alpha Male. Now, how much of an input did Uriah Faber have during your training camp while preparing for Dillashaw?
Could you say that again, please?
Sure. We know the history between TJ and Team Alpha Male.
He's got to be so sick of having to repeat himself. This poor guy.
How much of an input did Uriah Faber have during your training camp while preparing for Dillashaw?
Input? Yeah. All my
he needs a translator.
Teammates, they built TJ up to where he's at, and they know TJ like the back of his hand. They got me ready for a Dominic Cruz. They went countless hours, 27 rounds, with Dominic Cruz in the build-up, so they knew him. So they taught TJ everything. And I had Justin Buckles, in the camp this whole camp the last year, preparing for TJ, getting ready for this guy. And Justin showed him how to teach a punch or throw a punch. So I'm supremely confident, knowing TJ when I get in there and his reads and everything. But I fight instinctual. I fight instinctual, and we'll go from there. But yeah, if Uriah's had a great mentor and hands-on this camp as well for getting me prepared for TJ as well.
Right, and you also seem to thrive when there are emotions on the line, as seen with your fight against Dominic Cruz. Do you feel the same way? Do you think having an emotional attachment has any impact on how you perform?
You know what? No, I can fight emotionless and emotionally anything. Like I said, I love fighting. I was born to fight. I was really put on this earth to fight, and that's what I've done successfully in my life. Was fighting, was get to the top. I've really scratched my way to the top from the bottom, and emotionally or not emotionally, I can go in there. I can be friends with a guy. Takeda Mizugaki didn't say one word bad about me, but I can go in there and fight and do what I have to do to climb the ranks and get a title shot. Now I'm the world champion. So it doesn't bring any extra anything to me going in there. It doesn't lose my sight. It focuses more and more in line. TJ's saying this and I'm saying that. I better believe that I'm gonna believe what I say. That's the difference between me and TJ. I believe what I'm gonna do. TJ hopes he believes what he's gonna do to me.
Right, and the next question for TJ. TJ, Cody showed good boxing technique against Dominic, and you yourself are a high-volume striker and like to mix things up. Now, where do you see the greatest difference between yourself and Cody?
Technically, the way I fight, I'm a lot smarter. I'm a lot more technical. Like I said, he's
Oh, you gotta get a better phone line. Jesus Christ. Please, TJ, for God's sakes.
Hello? TJ, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We kind of lost you. Can you repeat that again, please?
I just said the fight IQ I have, I'm a lot smarter and a lot more technical.
Is this TJ or is this Dom talking? Because it sounds the same exact shit Dom said leading up to the fight.
He's right.
Still in his lines from the last December.
It is true, though. He's not wrong. This is exactly what Dominic Cruz did.
Also, TJ, almost all of Cody's recent fights ended with Garbrandt raining down with barrage of punches. There are some who believe he hasn't been tested as much in grappling during his fights. Now, what is your take on that matter?
What was that? Sorry, I can't understand you.
Now he can't understand. This poor guy.
What's your take on grappling?
I can't.
What was that?
Yeah.
There
are some who believe Cody hasn't been tested as much in grappling during his fights. What is your take on that matter?
On Cody's grappling, what's your take?
My take is that's why I am who I am, is how well-rounded I am, and I can take the fight wherever I want.
He can take the fight wherever he wants. All right, thank you for that. I could barely understand what the hell TJ is saying. I mean, this is probably he's been a champ already. It's a big fight, though. MSG on a huge card. Like, could you just fucking, I don't know, call in on a better line, for God's sakes? It's terrible.
All right, fair enough.
Besides
Next
against Dom, took him down 5 times.
Next couple of questions for Joanna. Joanna, win would get you on equal terms with Ronda Rousey for the most number of successful defenses in the women's divisions in the UFC. Now, while we previously talked about you thriving under new challenges, has the moment sunk in yet about history on the horizon for you?
Say again the last part of the question.
No one understands him.
Yeah, while we previously talked about you thriving under...
It's every fucking media call. Every media call. No one can understand what this guy is saying. This poor guy.
New challenges. Has the moment sunk in yet about history being on the horizon for you?
Oh, I don't get it. I will try to respond my way, okay? Like, I know that in this fight, I will tie Ronda Rousey's record. Of course, I think the division is going to be my 9th fight in the UFC in the strawweight division. And I don't know what to say. I have a plan to move up, but not now. Maybe next year. But right now, what I'm focused now is the fight with Rose Namajunas, and after that, I will sit with Dana in the UFC, and we're gonna decide what we will do with my situation.
Her situation, see what they're gonna do. I see in the chat, Joanna is so damn sexy, and Alex Jones, I agree.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I agree. She's wonderful, wonderful.
All right. You've previously talked about the changes you've made to your game since moving to ATT. Now, Rose is known for a solid grappling, along with throwing in excellent combinations. How do you see this fight playing out?
You know who is training at ATT? Jessie Martuda, multiple BJJ world champion. I'm training with other good fighters, man. Like, there is something about me they don't know. We can talk about this fight. How it's going to look, how she gonna show up, how I gonna show up, what I'm taking care of, how I'm going to look on November 4th. And I know I'm ready, but they are not ready for me.
I love this bitch. Joanna's the best. She's one of my favorites, man. I love the attitude. I love the way she fights. She's great.
You will never understand phenomenon of my person and my fighting career, of me being a champion. And the thing is, I'm like, you don't see me on the ground, but I feel pretty confident on the ground. I had my last sparring session.
I'd be pretty confident on the ground with you too, if you know what I mean. Joanna, you have yet to see me on the ground, and I have to say, it is
wonderful, wonderful.
Back to the call.
Session today, everything is on point. I know that she's tricky, she's sneaky, and her ground game is very good. That she's going for the submission. Her rear naked choke is her real thing. But man, first of all, if she wants me to take down, if she wants me to submit, she must go through the punches and kicks. And if she won't want to play on the ground, I will play on the ground and choke her out. That's the thing. I feel pretty confident. And
now, she's very confident here, Joanna. She's never not confident. But Rose is dangerous on the floor. Very, very dangerous on the floor as well. Not only can she strike, but I feel that Rose is a little more dangerous on the ground than Joanna. Now, I don't think she'll get to the ground because I think Joanna's just going to light her up like a Christmas tree. But I don't think Joanna wants to play with Rose on the floor. I'm going to have to disagree with Joanna in this one.
Mikey Brown, Cutter Kubis, they changed my game. I feel that I step on different level. I feel better fighter because of the move to American top.
Fap.
All right, final two questions for Rose. Rose, you fought someone with similar striking style in Karolina Kowalkiewicz not too long ago. So can you tell us what you've learned from that fight and what you've done differently going into this?
Change your question a little bit, because never say that Karolina Kowalkiewicz has similar style to mine. She got beat up for 5 rounds. She has 10 seconds in 4th round of shining, and she didn't do any shit about. So please don't compare me to some other fighters, okay?
Whoa!
Thank you.
Whoa, Joanna's going fucking crazy.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Correcting and says, don't compare me to other fighters. I think Karolina Kowalkiewicz was the toughest fight for Joanna. And she's like, please, do not compare me to other fighter. Wow.
All right, sorry about that. So
you better be sorry. She's going to jump through the phones and fucking strangle you.
Rose, can you tell us what you've learned from that fight and what you've done differently going into UFC 217?
Yeah, I've just gotten better overall as a person, as a fighter. It's every fighter is different. Every fight is different. Every training camp. I've trained my entire life for this moment. So, and at the end of the day, it's just a moment in my life. So, really what I've learned from that fight is I've just gotten better mentally. I've overcome some demons in my past, and I'm just, every day I wake up, I'm a fucking champion. So, that's just my mindset all the time. So, and that's something that I think, it could be this fight could be a great PSA announcement for mental health awareness. I think I'm a champion for that, and just overcoming a lot of demons in my past, and I'm so much stronger from it, and I'm going to continue to be stronger.
Oh, and this is interesting, and I see Joanna's jumping in on there. But Rose, she can be a head case, but when her head is clear, she can fight. She can really fight. And it seems like we have a more medicated version of Rose. She seems clear. She's ready to rock. So I think she's ready for this fight, but I don't think she can properly be ready for someone like Joanna. I just feel like Joanna's on a complete another level over here. She seems calm. I just don't know if it's enough. And then Joanna is looking to chime in, so let's see what she has to say.
Hey, listen to yourself.
Right.
You didn't want to do media. You didn't want to do extra media. How you want to be a champion and deal with all of the things? You know what? You are not stronger mentally. You are mentally unstable.
Whoa. Whoa, Joanna. Shots fired. Boom, boom.
And you are broken already, and I will break you in the fight.
Wow. You know, we haven't gotten to see this type of Joanna in a little bit. This type of shit talking. It looks like Joanna's trying to dig deep into Rose.
What you doing on me?
And we got a donation.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jessie's got her
Tit showing. Marlyn. 69 tit showing.
Jessie's got her tit showing.
Lying down 69 dog kiss tit showing.
Lying down with my tits.
Holy shit, Marlyn Lane.
Jessie Bell Hill.
Doesn't fucking care.
Where is my dog?
It's time to make out. Shove
That dog tongue
right in my mouth.
Jessie's got her
Tit showing.
lying down.
69 tit showing.
Jessie's got her tit showing.
Lying down 69 dog kiss tit showing.
Jessie's got her tit showing. Lying down.
69 tit showing.
Jessie's got her tit showing.
Lying down 69 dog kiss tit showing. Marlyn Lane with the 7% says
JJ for the win.
JJ for the win. Marlyn Lane, thank you. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow, how about that? One 7%er making another 7%er dance. Good job, Marlyn, in breaking up this fucking media call. Thank you. And she says JJ for the win. I concur. I concur. I say JJ for the win, too. Let me know in the chat who you got, JJ or Rose. Let me know right now as we continue the media call. We only have, about, it looks like 13 more minutes of this shit. Let's speed through this fucker.
I think there's a lot of.
And if you're just jumping in right now, MMA-Holes, we are doing the UFC 217 media
Give
call.
us your best Valley Girl accent.
Uh-oh.
Like, oh my God.
It's a donation off.
My God.
My God.
My God.
Really? Everybody?
Look at that
But.
Oh my God.
Frank Pavon says.
Rose for the win.
Now we have a JJ for the win, and then we have a Rose for the win. Dueling donations over here. Thank you so much, Marlyn Lane and Frank Pavon, for seeing them asses being slapped. And you are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, look at that. Now, this is why you subscribe. I mean, this is why you do it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you're jumping in right now, welcome to the MMA-Holes. We are wonderful, wonderful. We got 50 in the tip jar. 10 more likes. Songs for days. 10 more likes, fuckers. And this man dances. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Thank you, Brady Ferguson, for the dance moves, and we got 50 in the tip jar and 10 more likes. Every time we get 10 likes, we make that man dance. We have donations, we have 10 more likes, and that's great. You guys are really going through. Media call is what we're listening to. We are way more than halfway done. We're cruising through Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Rose Namajunas, and TJ versus Cody are the 4 that we're listening to right now. Let's continue.
I think there's a lot of mental instability in this whole country, and I think that's a great reason to fight and a great reason.
This country.
Wow, how about this? Rose is fighting with a message for mental health awareness, and Joanna's just fucking shitting on it. She's taking just a hot, steamy dump on mental health. Jesus Christ.
It's been amazing. This country been amazing to me. I think you have some personal problems.
Whoa, how about Joanna attacking Rose psychologically like she's hitting her below the belt, right in the muff.
And I will show you what's your problem, okay? You're never gonna be a champion.
Jesus Christ. Vicious. This is vintage Joanna over here.
Yeah, I think this world would be a better place if we all just did martial arts, and I think that it saved my life. So I'm super grateful for it. I'm super grateful for this experience and this opportunity, and yeah, that's it.
Rose has that Xanax on tap right now. Rose is all fucking meted up. You could tell in her voice. She's just chilling right now. Joanna could literally shit in her mouth, and Rose would be like, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Rose, finally, using Joanna's fight against Carolina as an example, did you pick something up from the fight just to prepare for Joanna?
Before she answers that question, Jay Smooth says, shout out to Marlyn's curvy ass. Jay is making a shout out. If you guys have any shout outs, throw it in the chat. But there's a shout out for Marlyn's curvy ass.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
Which fight? Her fight with Carolina.
And look at the chat. JJ is trying to make Rose doubt, says Brian Royer. Of course. JJ reaching high, says Jay Smooth. Fuck JJ, says Olympia Lowlife. JJ is definitely doing something here. Joanna is definitely doing something. Like a page out of the Conor McGregor playbook. She is like hitting Rose below the belt. She's going at anything she can to get that mental edge. She knows. She's not stupid. She knows that Rose, she's had issues in the past when it comes to keeping her head together. If Joanna could somehow shake Rose before she gets in the cage, Joanna will literally run through Rose. But it sounds like Rose is not biting. Rose is completely calm. She's cool. She's ready to go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But it's fascinating. You know what? This media call is not as bad as I thought it would be. I wanted to shit on this. I love shitting on a good media call, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. We're listening to UFC 217 media call. They threw it out there. 2 of the title fights. No Bisping, no St. Pierre. I'm sure we'll hear that the week of. This is fascinating. I'm very interested in the psychological warfare that Joanna is playing on Rose Namajunas. I'm actually very fascinated by that because Rose is not biting and Joanna's attacking.
Oh, I don't know. There's not really, I'm not really focused on that. I'm focused on being the best version of myself every fucking day. So that's my goal.
All right. Thank you, guys. All the very best.
And as a reminder, everyone, that is *1 to ask a question. Next, we'll go to Stephen Morocco with MMAJunkie.com.
All right. MMA Junkie.
Hey, question for Rose. It seems to me like you're maybe a little bit hesitant to engage Joanna when she says things like, you're mentally unstable. Am I reading you right? Is that the case? Are you hesitant to engage her and sort of a verbal back and forth?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like maybe a cultural difference or something like that, but for me, it's it's not something that's like taken lightly. My family has been torn apart, for this.
Rose, can you do me a favor? When you talk into that phone, make sure you're across the room and the phone's on the other side. When you're talking into that phone, like, what the fuck? You have a clear head, but you can't get a little closer to your goddamn phone? I don't understand, Rose. Get a little closer. Get a little closer. Don't be shy.
My dad died and he wasn't in my life because he has schizophrenia.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that. Well, if I've ever said anything negative about Rose, I don't think I've said anything, but Jesus Christ. He had schizophrenia and died. Well, that would fuck someone up. All right. That could be why she shaved her head like a fucking lunatic. That's not cool.
And it's been something that my entire family has been fighting against,
Could you imagine? Oh, my God, that's fucked up.
Since I can remember. So, this fight means a lot to me, and it's not just about the belt. It's more than that. And I just want to inspire other people to, fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do, and do what makes you happy, and be a good person, and, you can overcome anything.
Look at Rose. She's with a message. She's like, my dad offed herself, so I'm going to fight this fight in honor of him. Schizophrenia is a serious thing. So I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to fight. I'm so far away from the telephone. I don't know, can you hear me? I'm so far away. But I'm going to win. Because schizophrenia is a serious thing. And I shaved my head. I shaved my head. I'm going to fight bald. I'm completely fine.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, it's getting cringe. Back to.
Has she crossed the line in what she said in the build-up to this fight?
Good question, by the way. Has she crossed the line like I just did right there? Has she crossed the line? All right, Joanna, this is a very good question. Did Joanna cross the line?
I'm not concerned about what she's doing, you know what I mean? whatever she's
She's not concerned, so she's but she's got to answer the question 5 miles away from the phone.
saying, that's fine. But for me, it's all about me. It's all about, conquering my demons, and that's what it's important.
Is there a line in trash talking? We've had this before, talking about parents and serious situations. Let me know in the chat. Is there a line with trash talking? Yes or no? Just clear, yes or no. Let me know. Is there a line? Some people say there's no line. Some people says there is a line. Let me know.
So this fight isn't any more personal to you than any other opponent you faced?
Every fight is personal, but with myself, I just want to, try and make this world a better place and somehow, use my gift of fucking martial arts. I'm great at this shit. This is what I've been born to do. I might be crazy, but I'm dangerous too. So
I may be crazy, but I'm dangerous. That's a good line. Well, if you're crazy, chances are you are dangerous. But she might. Hey, listen, she's holding it together. It just sounds like she's like one step away from just completely snapping, But she says she's not offended. And Joanna's just talking shit. After the fight, she'll be completely humbled. But is there a line? Kenshiro says no line. Craig says there is a line. No, that's why it's called Trash Talk, says Frank Pavan. Fuck no, says Jay Smooth. Pretty sure a lot of people would pay to see Rose take all of the mule. Just kind of side thought. All right, so that's good. G-Man wants a broken woman. He wants to break her with his penis.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's see what else you got in here. Yes, Daryl says there is a line. Confirmed Ab is actually Rose in real life. This is KMX. What's up, KMX? I see you in there. I'm looking right at you. Thin white line of shit talk. This is Filthy George. So it looks like we're a little split. Some say yes, some say no. It's tough, man. When it comes to trash talking, it is tough because when you open that cringy door, it just where did you know what? It is true. Me personally, I'm gonna give you my quick opinion. It's tough, man. When it comes to trash talking, if you open it up, if I were to just start fucking throwing fire at you, I have to be able to take it back. That's how I look at it. So if I open it up and I just light your ass on fire, someone in the chat, and I just fucking light you on fire, then there is no off limits. Now, if I don't light you on fire and you just come at me and there's no reason, there's no initiation for trash talk, then it doesn't make any sense. Like if it's one-sided and someone's being a dick for no reason, then there's a line. But if you are mutually talking shit to each other, if you're fighting, if you're competing at something, if you're doing anything competitive, well, there shouldn't be a line in trash talk. That's what I think. And this is the problem with society, okay? Yes, okay, there is mental health problems out there. And I'll be honest with you, I'm on medication too. Like everyone has their issues. Everyone has their mental problems. I am pretty fucking sick in the head. There is, as you can see with this dysfunctional show that I run here, I have issues. I'm a healthy person. I got my blood work done. I'm very healthy, thank God, knock on wood. But when it comes to my brain, I'm not healthy. As you can see, there's a gash in the back of my head because I cracked my head off because I'm a goddamn head case. So I could be sympathetic to mental health issues and stuff like that. If you're in the fight game, if you're competing at the highest of levels, you have to take the trash talk, and that's what Rose is doing. She's taking it. So credit to Rose on that. When it comes to trash talking, for people being offended by it, you can't be offended by trash talk. You can't. If it is one-sided, if it's bullying, and then there is no mutual back and forth, I get it. But trash talk is trash talk, friends. There shouldn't be a line. There really shouldn't be a line. So that's my 2 cents. If you don't like it, you can lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
Let's finish up this media call. We are listening to UFC 217 media conference call between Rose, Joanna, Cody, and TJ. Let's do it.
I don't know.
Gotcha. Thank you. Next question for Cody. TJ, a couple months ago, he said he had a meeting with some Team Alpha Male guys.
Hold on. Before this question, Earthbot, I feel like if you're white, then you need to apologize to all the minorities for your privilege.
Wonderful.
That's a good point. That's a good fucking point. I'm sorry. I am sorry for being white. I apologize for everything horrible that I say. But listen, guys, I mean, it is what it is. We should, as a society, we should just kind of chill out a little bit. I think if we all chilled out, there'd be less bullying and people would just move on. Alan Byrne, what's up? Says, Chris, have you any Irish in you? I do. I have half, and it's my lower half, unfortunately.
Wonderful, wonderful.
After the show at a bar to hash things out. Did you know about that meeting? And if so, did it ever cross your mind to attend and maybe bury the hatchet?
Well, how about this?
Talking about when Dana took him out to the strip club and he was crying to Danny Castile and Justin Buckles. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. What the fuck? What is this? Hold on. I got to listen to this question again.
Gotcha. Thank you. Next question for Cody. TJ, a couple months ago, he said he had a meeting with some Team Alpha Male guys after the
TJ had a meeting with some alpha male guys. Okay.
show at a bar.
After the show at a bar.
To hash things out. Did you know about that meeting? And if so, did it ever cross your mind to attend and maybe bury the hatchet?
All right, so did it ever cross your mind to attend and bury the hatchet? And then Cody gives the real story.
Talking about when Dana took him out to the strip club and he was crying to Danny Castile and Justin Buckles. Yeah, yeah. I don't care.
The bar turned into the strip club. Marlon Lane says, I agree, Chris. I do think people are way too sensitive nowadays, too. There you go, Marlon Lane jumping in. I mean, I think if we all chilled out as a society, there would be a lot less butthurtness out there. Everyone would just kind of relax and chill and have a little bit of fun. It's all about smiling, you know? If you're offended by what someone says, you just kind of move on. You know, life is too short.
Care what TJ
Words of wisdom.
You have to say or what they dish out. I know what it was. My boys told me what it was. They're here in my corner, not in theirs. And you guys MMA junkies are just shit starters anyway, so I don't even want to talk to you guys.
Oh! You guys at MMA junkies are shit starters anyway, so I don't even want to talk to you guys. He went all John Jones on MMA junkies. Interesting.
So why do you miss your question? Because you guys are. You're just little shit starters.
Whoa. What did they do? Everyone in the media is a shit starter. I mean, it's safe to say that Cody's never coming on my show, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ. There's horrible things I've said. What the fuck? I got to hear this. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's back that ass up.
Talking about when Dana took him out to the strip club and he was crying to Danny Castile and Justin Buckles. Yeah, yeah. I don't care what TJ has to say or what they dish out. I know what it was. My boys told me what it was. They're here in my corner, not in theirs. And you guys MMA junkies are just shit starters anyway, so I don't even want to talk to you guys. So why do you miss your question?
Triggered.
Because you guys are. You're just little shit starters. I already I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't feel like talking to you guys.
Wow. Cody Garbrandt saying, I don't have to talk to you guys at MMA junkies because you guys are shit starters. Now, there are a lot of worse shit starters than MMA junkies. Fucking those cunts at Bloody Elbow. Ariel Helwani has gotten under people's skin. But what could have Bloody Elbow have said? I don't know. I'm curious now.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel that way. That is like the best response. Good for whoever that is at MMA junkies. That is my favorite response. Like, if you ever want to piss someone off, right? If someone says something that they don't like that you do, and you'd be like, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's such a fuck you. It's such a fuck you, man. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's the greatest comeback. I'm sorry you feel that way. You got to think Cody's fucking steamed up right now.
Well, I guess, I did have another question for you, but it was about TJ's performance. How do you feel it's changed?
How his performance has changed. When's the guy? He used to go from knocking out people in the 4th and 5th round to where when's the last time he knocked someone down on their ass? He's never even knocked anyone down in the last 3 fights. You know what I mean? So what does that tell you? That's how his performance has changed.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what MMA junkie said. I want to know. It was so fucked up that they could have said. They got him a little upset. The fuck? When is the media? I mean, let's be honest. Everyone that puts a microphone in front of them and criticizes any sport or anything is a dick.
And do you expect to meet the winner of Rivera and Cruz next? Do you think that's your next fight?
Rivera and Cruz, which is a very good fight. All right, so Cody Garbrandt has been talking about going down to 125 and taking on Mighty Mouse. He says that November 4th he could hit 125 if he wanted to. So here we go. Let's see what Cody says. Winner Dominic Cruz rematch or Jimmy Rivera, which is not going to be an easy fight? Or would he like to go to Mighty Mouse? I want to hear what he has to say here.
I gave Dominic a rematch. TJ should be thanking Dominic Cruz right now for letting him take the fight, give him the fight. I whooped Dominic's ass so bad that he didn't want a rematch. He wanted me and TJ to go in there and do it. Dominic's at the tail end of his career. I could care less what Dominic does in the Rivera fight. Either of those guys are money fights for me. Anyway, so I said, first and foremost, focus on TJ. This is a gimme fight too. This is a fight for me that I'm going to end this dude and go on. I can pick my fights from after that. I'm going to go down and fight Mighty Mouse at 125, and that's just business. I like the guy a lot, but that's just a business move for me.
So he wants to go for the money, and I respect that. You know what? Cody's not killing me on this call. I thought Cody was going to come off as being a complete tard, but he's actually not that bad on this call. So he came off like really ridiculous on The Ultimate Fighter. But on this call, he actually is not that bad. He's tolerable. Brian Rogers says they asked him about a Dilly Bar meeting. You saying Dillashaw? Dilly Bar meeting up with the Alpha Fail guys. That's why Cody is so pissed. So really? Jesus Christ. They called him a faggot. This is Billy Pac-Man. Is that why Cody's upset? Is that why MMA Junkie called him a faggot? Is that why? Well, maybe he would have a good point then. Imagine like you're listening to MMA Junkie. You're like, yeah, man, that fucking Cody Garbrandt is such a faggot. Oh, God. That'd be great. I guess then Cody Garbrandt has a little bit of a point there, but I doubt that happened.
Do you feel that's more of a money fight than perhaps if Cruz wins and he's in line for a title shot with you?
Anybody that I fight, I'm the money. I'm the draw. If anybody at the lighter weight division, 25, 35,
He's right. He is the draw, if you think about it. 25, 35? Because Mighty Mouse is not fucking selling. He's not putting asses in seats. Now Cody is not fucking selling tickets to UFC 217, so it's tough to fucking listen to Cody. But if you think about it, at 135, Cody's the man, right?
I'm the draw against anybody.
He is.
Whoever my next adversary is after TJ, I'm the draw. So they're gonna tune in and watch me fight whoever I fight.
I need Cody. Now I am rooting, and Marlyn, I am rooting for TJ as well. But I need, if Cody does win this fight, I do need Cody to fucking step up and be that fucking shit talker and be on top of his game and puff that fucking chest out, because he could be a superstar if he plays his cards right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And next we'll hear from Brandon Kaplan with MMA Records.
Everyone, how you guys doing? My first question is
I'm good,
for
thank
Joanna
you.
Champion.
Thank you for asking.
Joanna, a few weeks ago we had some of the best fights in the 115 and 125-pound division between Andrade and Gadelia, two girls you've beaten before. But I wanted to know
What did you say about the fight? What did you say about the fight?
Joanna's just on tilt, man. She's just waiting to fucking jump down someone's throat. I fucking love her.
It was an incredible fight.
She thought it was a straight up insult. Hold on a second. What the fuck just happened there? She got like triggered for no reason. Hold on.
And next we'll hear from Brandon Kaplan with MMA Records.
Everyone, how you guys doing? My first question is for Joanna Champion. Joanna, a few weeks ago we had some of the best fights in the 115 and 125-pound division between Andrade and Gadelia, two girls you've beaten before. But I wanted to know
What did you say about the fight? What did you say about the fight?
It was an incredible fight.
Incredible? I didn't watch this fight, so what the question is?
Okay, well, I just wanted to know.
I fucking love. I tell you what, this media call is fantastic. I'm loving this. I'm loving this shit. This is a good one. I'm liking it.
What you thought about? Did you not see Valentina versus?
You know what? Why you call this fight like this? I think that Claudia Gadeia, I have so much respect to this girl because she was one of the most dominant fighters in the strawweight division. But the thing is, I beat Jessica Andreas, and everyone saw that in May in Dallas at the UFC 211. And Claudia Gadeia didn't prepare for the fight with Jessica Andrade. She took that easy, and big respect and congrats to Jessica Andrade that she she looked so good. But Claudia Gadelha made her look so good because she didn't prepare for this fight. Jessica Andrade didn't bring anything new to this fight, you know. Claudia Gadelha didn't have a plan. I train with the best coaches in the world. I train at the best team, the best gym in the world, at American top team. And we know how to fight. We know how to train, and we know how to fight. And that's why I will
It is a fucking killer gym over there at ATT. I'll give it to her.
make all of them look like I met Jessica in our fight.
And how do you feel about moving up? Do you feel confident in being able to take down Snow?
Let's be focused on this fight, and let's talk after. I will tell you after the fight at the press conference. I hope you're gonna be there, and for sure I will answer this question. But right now I'm focused on Rose. She's my next opponent. She's my next big challenge. She's a very dangerous fighter. You know, you must expect everything and anything from your opponent. So I'm ready for 5 rounds of real bold. You know, we all know that one submission, one punch can finish the fight. But you know, I'm prepared for that. You know, I'm prepared for that. And let's talk about me moving up after this fight. But definitely, I wanna tie Ronda Rousey's record and break Ronda Rousey's record.
Love it.
So definitely, I will still defending my title in the strawweight division. But of course, there is an idea about me moving up.
I love it. I love. I'm telling you, man. If Joanna had a dick, I'd be riding it right now. I'm in, man. I'm fucking in. I love this girl, man. When she says she's prepared, she is. Every time Joanna steps in that cage, she's prepared. She's ready. And her striking is some of the best striking you will ever see. Joanna Champion is the real deal. And the way she carries herself right now, some may think that she's disrespectful and she's interrupting and this and that. You know what she's doing right now? She's selling a fight. That's what she's doing. You've seen her in interviews before. She's actually a very sweet person. She's a shy person. But when she's in this zone and she's in a camp and she's looking to defend that belt, she takes it very serious. And I like everything that she's saying. She wants to smash all the records, and then she's thinking about going to a $125 over there. I love it. We would miss Joanna if she ever were to leave the UFC. Right now, I think it's great what Joanna is doing. She's a big fucking pull. 14-0-0, 30 years old. She's trying to get her money's worth here on the UFC. And I have a lot of respect for her. I really do. I really, really do. Looking forward to this fight in the worst way. UFC 217 media call, you're listening. It's winding down. Get your thoughts in that chat room.
Absolutely. Okay, my next question is for Rose.
Thank you so much.
Rose, your performance against Michelle Waterson was absolutely incredible, in my opinion. And we saw you very loose. You just seemed to have evolved to, into yourself and into your game. And we haven't really seen any creativity from you in a long time, at least since your Invicta days. I mean, are you planning to get creative in this fight? I mean, to beat such a dominant champion?
I don't know. I thought that was a pretty creative performance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, flying arm bars and just utter creativity on the feet and the ground.
I think
it's a good point, by the way. I don't want to interrupt Rose, but Brian Rogers is a 115-pound woman will never sell a fight in America unless she's the hottest girl on the planet. That could be a problem, It could be a problem because Joanna's doing everything right to sell this fight, but it's true. I mean, unless you got like fucking Paige Van Zant running around there with karate hotties, you're never gonna fucking sell fights. So all caps making my point. This is Darth Bane, but it's not a bad point. It's not a bad point.
The flying armbar is creative. I think that there's.
Yeah, Rose's flying armbar is crazy.
I think you just don't know what you're looking at. I hope that doesn't offend you, but I mean, all my jabs, they're all different,
And she's talking from 5 miles away from the phone. What is Ann H says Chris JJ show stole the media show? Yeah, JJ and Cody. He did his thing over there. I think JJ is fucking killer, man. She's a star.
I have a million different jabs. I got all these different steps that if you don't see all the different footwork, different head movement, the fakes, all that stuff, just the transitions and with the kick and the choke and everything like that, that's all creative.
Do you feel confident enough to stand with Joanna?
So sorry for interrupting. I have only one jab. Long and very strong. And that's enough. She's not ready.
Oof. Long and very
Rose,
strong.
do you feel confident enough to stand with Joanna? Do you think you can beat her on the feet?
Fairness fight. But yes.
Excellent. And my next question is for TJ. How's it going, TJ?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. And there's been a lot of footage. I know there's a lot of intense rivalry between you and Cody, but I noticed some footage of you holding mitts for Cody, and you guys have seemed to train a lot in the past. I mean, are you going to use that against him? Do you know holes in his game that maybe we don't?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to use everything I know. You know what I mean? I'm not only just holding mitts from him, but from learning from everyone. Learning from my coaches now, learning from my coaches in the past, learning from Master Tong, learning from Dwayne Ludwig, from the new coaches I'm working with. Man, that's the whole point of being a martial artist. Is you soak up the information from your entire path of martial arts.
Excellent. And Cody, my last question is for you. If you do beat TJ at UFC 217, will it mean more than
when I beat TJ? Cody says.
Will it mean more than even taking the title from Cruz? Will it be the best moment in your career thus far?
I think every fight, to date is bigger and the next level. So yeah, TJ's been at the top 5 in the division for a while. So it's going to be a big win for me. Kind of put me to that next level where I know I'm at, and it set me up for future big fights, and that's what I'm working towards. I stole the belt off of Dominic Cruz, like I said I was going to do, in dominant fashion. Now it's about carrying on my legacy with a successful title defense with TJ Dillashaw on November 4th, and then go on from there. But yeah, every fight's a big fight. Every fight's another fight to catapult your career into the next level.
Excellent. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll go to Harry Kettle with Click on MMA.
Hi guys, my first question's for Cody. When you hear people calling you the next major star of the UFC, what are your kind of thoughts and opinions on that? And would you rather prefer to just get your head down and focus on fighting?
All right.
It humbles you, to have the Dana White and the UFC that believe in you. Finally, I go out there and perform each and every fight like that, like I did with Dominic Cruz. I'm just getting comfortable. I'm just getting started. I'm 26 years old, and I'm 11-0. I finally had a team of coaches last year: Yannick Steele, Chris Holsworth, Justin Buckles, and also the help of my uncle Robert coming in. And we really strategized and formulated a style that fits me best, and then I just pick up on, and we keep elevating and evolving from there. So, I truly believe that I am going to be the next superstar, but that doesn't put extra hype or pressure on me to fulfill those shoes. I just go out there and perform, and I have fun fighting. Every time I step in, the octagon, it's another opportunity that I've been blessed with to go and to catapult my career and to live my dreams and set up my family. Now I have a son on the way, and this is for me to set up my family, so I don't have to worry about anything down the road. I can just fight and like Muhammad Ali, don't quit now, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. And that's what I plan on doing.
It's a good mentality. And once the dust has settled after Madison Square Garden, can you, in the future, see yourself fighting TJ again, given the state of the bantamweight division, or do you think this rivalry is going to be one and done?
I honestly feel like TJ is always going to use this hashtag chasing gold, a road back to gold. That's something that he's going to be using the rest of his career. So we'll see. If he's a competitor, I feel like he won't give up until he tries to again get the gold. But he's going to keep hashtagging road to gold his whole entire career as long as I'm in the same division as him.
And my last question is for TJ. TJ, you've been a part of this bantamweight division for a long time now. Would you say this is the strongest it's been, or what are your opinions on the division as a whole compared to some of the other strong divisions in the company?
Yeah, man, it's definitely been getting a lot of hype. It's built itself up big time. It's been a great division for a long time, but it's strong now. It's deep, and it's good.
Are you my last question, are you kind of looking forward to moving on from this after the fight, whatever may be next after the fight with Cody? Are you kind of looking forward to seeing what's next in the road?
Always, man. You're always excited about what's next. That's the whole point of having dreams. You know what I mean? To look forward on what your career is going to do and keep setting new goals and dreams. You know, but I'm enjoying the process as well.
Thanks, guys.
All right, winding it down.
And at this time, I would like to turn the conference back over to Dave Lockett for any additional concluding remarks.
All right, fuck that. Listen. We just heard the media call, okay? UFC 217. We just heard it. And as much as I wanted to just tear it apart and make fun of it, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Cody Garbrandt didn't come across as a complete meathead. You know, he did all right. TJ did TJ. Typical TJ. Rose was calm. She was cool. She answered the questions. Did not let JJ get under her skin. And JJ did whatever she could. Joanna Champion did whatever she could to try to get under Rose's skin. I like the confidence of JJ. I like the fact that Rose was calm. She didn't need to put on an act, Rose. Like, if you know Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson, there was a lot of forced conversation there. When it came to Rose and JJ, it worked. The whole thing worked. So I think as a whole, this media call was a success. Now, does this media call sell tickets to UFC 217? No, I don't think it does. The only thing that's going to sell tickets to UFC 217 is if you lower the fucking prices of the tickets. If you go to UFC 218, you could spend $200 and you could sit 15 rows from the cage. You could literally sit like on the floor, like right up, all up in that cage. $200 for MSG, you're fucking on the roof. You're sitting on the goddamn roof over there. So they need to do something about this. They need to price these events a little bit better. Now, I get it. When you put a card together like this, a mega card, if you will, 3 title fights, star power all over the card. You got to think, oh, people are going to pay for this. But you would think by now the UFC would have figured it out. These fights should sell out the day of the release. There are 2 pre-sales. There's a pre-sale and a regular pre-sale. And why even bother being part of the UFC Fight Club? Why even bother? Because here's the problem. It's a flawed system. You get the pre-sale. There is a certain amount of tickets you can get, and you get it quick, and you're all excited about it. And then there's the next pre-sale, and those people get those tickets. And like, fuck, I got the ticket. Yeah, this is exciting. And then they release it to the public, and you could get cheaper seats in a better section. So why the fuck would you even want to do the pre-sale or the pre-sale when these events aren't going to sell out? Why even bother being part of a fight club for the UFC if these things aren't going to fucking sell out? It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. An event like this should sell out the day of. It goes on sale, and then boom, sold out, done. You want tickets? You got to go to the scalpers now. But you could literally go online and get yourself tickets to this fight. The reason why I want you to get tickets for this fight is because I'll be there. I will be there, MSG, November 4th and November 3rd. November 3rd is our meetup with the MMA-Holes. I will be outside. I will be attacking the crowd and handing out wristbands and shirts. That's right, shirts as well. So you're definitely going to want to be in the area on the East Coast, New York. If you're there, come meet up with me. I will be this Friday. CES 46 is going down, kids. John Gotti is going to be making his pro debut, the grandson of the infamous one. Justin the Fort Sumter, good friend of the MMA-Holes, will be fighting. And it's a big fight for Justin. He wins this fight, UFC will be knocking on his door. So he needs this fight. And the greatest part about this fight is he'll have Nick Newell in his corner, the one-arm phenom. He'll also have a banner up with the MMA-Holes logo on the banner. So you'll actually see on TV the MMA-Holes logo. You'll probably see me there too because I'll be on press row. Where are your seats for MSG, Chris? This is actually pretty cool. Marlon Lane asks. We've got some legit seats for UFC 217. We were sitting nosebleed, and we got an upgrade thanks to V-neck. Thanks to VNAC, we got a little bit of an upgrade. So the 4 of us will be upgraded. If anything pops up down the line where we can get you guys in, there might be a chance where we can get some of the MMA holes in for UFC 217. So that's why you're going to want to be subscribed to this channel, because you never know. You may be sitting with the MMA holes. It's that simple. But yeah, there's actually a pretty cool connection that VNAC has and was able to hook us up. So very lucky stuff over there. So definitely, I highly recommend you meet up on November 3rd and we'll fucking get shit-faced together, have a couple of drinks, share some laughs, and it'll be nice. After the stream winds down, which we have about 7 minutes left, Jessie Bell Hill inside this chat room over here is our moderator, but she's also going to be hosting the after show. So go subscribe to Jessie's channel so you can be part of that dysfunctionalness. We can talk about stuff over there on her channel. We discussed a lot over here today. And this weekend, I will be doing the Fight Buddies. Okay, so I'm going to come back from the event on, you know what I was thinking? I'm going to run this to you guys. All right, it's a little crazy. Now, it's a 4-hour ride for me to get to Rhode Island to cover CES, which is going to be on Access TV on Friday. It's a 4-hour ride there. I was thinking about taking the 4-hour ride there, covering the event. I'll be streaming from the event. I'll be just doing interviews and shit like that, getting whatever pictures I could get, get some more content for you. And then what I was thinking about doing is I'm going to be crashing with a friend over there, but I was thinking about this not even crashing and fucking after the event, 4 hours coming back home. And I was thinking about doing like a 4-hour live stream of just me driving from Rhode Island back to New York. I was thinking about doing that. So let me know in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Now, the missus doesn't think that's a good idea, but I was seriously contemplating it, like a 4-hour road trip with the MMA holes. I was really thinking about it. I don't know what will happen. If I start drinking over there, then it's a different story. Then that road trip's not going to happen. We're going to take a couple of comments from the chat room. Thank you so much for the donations. You always fucking kick in and help support the swollenness of the MMA holes, so I always appreciate that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, Aussie dude, what's up? JBH is Brian Roger. King's Your Mother's Ring says Chris's wife is planning a Phil Hartman's. What? Oh, Jesus. Sounds terrible. Darth DeReals doesn't smoke joints. He's black. Blunts. Only dog, says Earth. Chris, you should have the LA meetup in Inglewood and flash our money and wallets around in the open. I'm sure that would work out well. DeReal doesn't smoke weed. He smokes crack. Okay. Subscribe to the Jessie Bell Hill. Show you Fooks, says NH.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do that. Chris, that is not a good idea. You will crash, says Kinshiro Ryu. I probably will, so it's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Mr. Danky. Mr. Danky lives in Rhode Island. Get your ass to CES. CES 46. I think the tickets are actually, fairly decent. Now, I had 2 extra press passes that I could have got, and I think what I'm going to do is the next event at CES. I think I'm going to cover CES every time they're doing an event. I think I'm going to apply for the press passes. Let me know in the chat if you are in the Rhode Island area or New York area. What I can do is get an extra press pass and have you guys come with me to one of these events. Hit me with the ones if you're interested on the East Coast. If you are interested, hit me with the ones if you would like to come with me to cover an event. This is a crazy couple of weeks for me. We have this on Friday. I'll be covering this event. I will be doing the cage interviews for Premier FC in Massachusetts, and I'll be covering UFC 217 with the MMA holes. So there's a lot of things going on with the next 3 weeks. A lot of shit going down over here. A lot of fucking material for the MMA holes. And I'll be fapping. We can fap together.
Fap.
That's right. Fap.
Fap.
And H, I'll be sending out your next wristband. And Darth Bane, I will be sending your wristband as well. There is a new wristband donation over there, and Frank Pavon tickled that thing. So anytime in future shows, if you're like, you know what? I want to support this show and I want to get a wristband. Well, boom. Look in the description. You could get that. There you go. If you are in the area, you can meet up and you get a free one as well. And shirts. CES is a quality show. If you haven't been to it before, says Abba Zabba. I'm telling you right now. Now listen to Abba. I want to dabble more into CES. I do have a friend that works there now. They were very cool to me. They gave me the press access with no problem. This is the cool thing about CES, okay? It's on Access TV, and they feed the UFC. So if you've seen the Contender Series, those fighters that are on the Contender Series, there's a lot of CES guys that go there. So there are pro fights, there are AMI fights over there. It's on TV. They put on a very good show. And I highly recommend it. If you're not in the East Coast area, that's fine. You could either stream it or you could watch it on Access TV. So there's a lot of ways to check it out. I highly recommend you check it out because I'm going to try to do whatever I could to get on camera. I am going to walk around CES 46 like I own the fucking joint. I'm going to be rocking my MMA-Holes t-shirt. I'm going to be fucking doing my walk. I'm going to strut through that fucking press row like I own the fucking joint. Everyone is going to know that the MMA-Holes are at CES 46. That's right. Because I own these fucking places. I own everywhere that I walk into. So maybe I'll get kicked out like 5 minutes into the event. Chris, I wish I could be there in NY, says NH. One day, Ann. One day. But I will be going to the West Coast as well. Mark my words. Tanner, my dad probably couldn't beat up your dad, says Darth Bane. Marlyn says, yeah, it would be good there, especially for Ginger. Wait, what are we talking about? Someone spilled water in the Jessie bot. I don't know what's going on. CES, no thanks, is Brian Roger. All right, fuck you, Brian. Fuck you. Now, if you haven't been to a local MMA event, I highly recommend you go. There's a lot of smaller organizations. CES is a little bit of a higher level local organization. But if you ever get a chance in your area, I highly recommend that you hit up one of these local events. To me, it's better than the UFC. It really is. It's better than the UFC because you could get close to the cage. You could interact with the fighters. It's just more intimate, and you could hear the crack of the punches, the knees, the kicks, all that crazy stuff over there. You're just more part of the show. So I highly recommend you do that. NH says, Chris, puff out that chest. That's right. Late Night Toker says, damn, I missed most of it. That's fine. Late Night, just run it back. Just run it back. That's what the replay's for. Thank you for the likes in here. You guys are wonderful, wonderful. Jessie gives the beep. Remember the after show? Go subscribe to Jessie Bell Hill. So here's the deal, guys. Last time I'm going to talk about this. Friday, I will be back. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Kobe's stream. Kobe's Corner. I got a lot of shit. I'm going to get a finger in my ass tomorrow. Not by choice. But I'm going to go to I'm going to get my teeth cleaned in the morning, right? Like you care. I'm going to get an oil change. I'm going to try to get a haircut around my stitches. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern time, a doctor will stick his finger in my ass. Now, I prepared myself for this. I shaved my ass. Because when that doctor sticks his finger in my ass, I want him to have a smooth entry. I want to feel his finger as he checks my prostate. And it's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm so not looking forward to that.
Fap.
But anyway, that's what's happening tomorrow. So I'm going to be, after that, I'm going to go on Kobe's stream. I think it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then I will be basically streaming all day long on Friday. Before the event, during the event, after the event. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you have the notification bell tickled, and you'll get an alert for that. Frank Bivant says, Kobe. Abba Zabba says, the MMA-Holes. What does he say? That's also the disadvantage of you going is that you might be sitting next to the fighter's family or fight team you're heckling. Nah, I'm not going to fucking heckle. I'm going to heckle the press more than the fighters. I'm not stupid. Chris, I got a friend who fights for the KOTC. He is the welterweight champ. Well, that's awesome, NH. And NH does go to those local events over there. She knows what I'm talking about. What time you on Kobe's tomorrow? I'll be on 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's usually, that means 7. But 6:30, we'll see if we can get that going. Kaepernick sucks is.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I hope it's, let's see, Andre the Giant Fingers. You will never forget, says Tanner. Yeah, let's all hope. You try hard, Ken. Recipe, my ass hairs. I ripped my ass hairs out. That's right. Good for you, Chris. Thank you, NH. Bring butter, says Aussie. You want me to stream that, guys? Hit me with the ones. If you want me to stream a man's finger going into my asshole, my smooth asshole. You know what? I watched an old Random Night. We used to do a show called Random Night, and we just go off the beaten excuse me. I almost choked on myself. We would like go off the beaten path, and it was basically like just a hangout. We would just talk about anything. If you guys want Random Night back, let me know, yes or no. But Random Night's funny. After the after show, if you need something to watch, Random Night is something to look back on. There's a playlist for it. Craig Lee joined us on a lot of Random Nights, and maybe we will bring Random Night back. So if you want Random Night back, hit me with the yes or the no. Let me know. Actually, you know what you do? Hit me in the comment section when the stream winds down. I think if we get enough in the comment section, not in the chat, but in the comment section down below. I will revitalize Random Night because I was watching it back and it's fucking funny, man. It's so cringy, but it's fun. One stream your face only, says Aussie Dude. Okay, so just stream my face as I react to the man's finger going into my ass. All right. G-Man says 1. George, fuck you. Okay. I think we're done. This is episode number 56. Wednesday. We've done 56 of these shows in a row. If you missed it, we listened to the media call for UFC 217. We spoke about this card over here. And yeah, we blasted through it real quick. On Saturday, I'll be doing a Fight Buddies for it. So we'll talk about it a little bit more. It's good to see all you guys there. You guys are looking good tonight. I didn't mention this, but you guys look really good tonight. I'm glad you guys showed up. You got dialed up for this stream. You're all sexy fucks.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I heard Jessie Bellhill has a guest coming up on her stream, so you may want to see that. You may want to tune into Jessie Bellhill's after show. Thank you guys for watching. I love all of you very much. I do this for you. Don't forget to like these videos. Subscribe if you haven't. Share these videos. And always remember, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.